Of course, of course. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love to practice, so yeah.
So was it hard to miss the mini camp?
Yeah, it was. It was because this is my 10th year and I've never missed an OTA or a mini camp, so it was really difficult. Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the resolution, Amari?
Yeah, I mean, I'm content for sure. Obviously, I wanted more guarantees in the contract, just because I feel like I've earned it. But you can always get what you can always get what you wish for all the time. But you know, it's definitely noted. If I have to go earn it, that's what I'll do.
So, Amari, what about? Go ahead.
Is this your last year with the Browns, or is there a chance you could just still do a new contract?
Uh, I mean, I don't have a a ball in front of me, so I don't know what the future holds. But you mean officially? This is the last year contractually on my deal. Yeah.
When did it sort of? Were you concerned at all that there would be a holdout, or did you feel like things were going to get done at some point?
To be honest, holding out was never in the cards. I don't have any experience doing it, so like I'm kind of a routine kind of guy, and I'm the type of guy I need those reps. You know what I mean? So, I always knew I was going to be here at training camp for sure.
Amari, what about Deshaun? I know when you were in at minicamp, he kind of spoke very vehemently about your importance and called you one of the best in the league. What was that like to kind of see how your teammates were backing you and speaking how important you were?
Yeah, I mean, that was great to hear from my quarterback. Obviously, you want to hear those type of words coming from the guy who's throwing you the ball. And we're here at training camp. Hopefully, we could go out there this year, starting with training camp, and go out there and prove that we're the best together.
Amari, do you want this to be your last year with the Browns and then go into free agency, or are you open to coming back in a new year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been nothing but success here in terms of what I've been able to do on the field. I look to get better each and every year while I'm here. I'm really the type of guy that takes heed to old sayings. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not really trying to go somewhere else. You never know. The grass isn't always green on the other side. So I would rather stay where I'm thriving.
Mark, was that a little bit of a, out of character, a little bit of a risk for you to hold out during minicamp, sort of last minute decision, or with all these skyrocketing salaries for receivers, was it sort of a no-brainer to say, hey, you know what, I deserve it?
Honestly, it wasn't really about the money. That's what I think people have a misconception about that. It was more so like in the language of my contract. I signed a 5-year deal with the Cowboys. Only 2 years was guaranteed. This is the last year of that deal, but it isn't guaranteed until the week of the first game. And so I was really trying to mitigate the time in which I'd have to be out here practicing and risking injury. You know what I mean? So it was more so about the guarantees because you never want to get injured without any guarantees. And in the language of the contract, I could get cut. So it was more so about that.
How much were you keeping up on with Ken Dorsey and the new offense? How much were you able to still like keep up with the installation and that sort of thing, even if you weren't in the building?
Yeah, we get the installation sent to our phone, so I just save them in the files of my phone and look over them. So, I've been able to look over all the plays while I wasn't there. So I've been definitely following. And Ken Dorsey, I've been following him since I was a little kid because he played for the youth. So, I've been a fan for a long time.
What sticks out to you about this new kind of scheme that he's bringing in?
Say it again.
What sticks out to you about it all?
The thing that sticks out is the amount of plays that he wants to get ran. You saw it with the Buffalo Bills. There's an emphasis on scoring every single drive, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. And I think his whole philosophy is the more plays you run, the more chances you get at scoring points. And I believe that to be true. I witnessed it when he was at the Bills. I saw a few games, maybe it was like one or maybe two, but I saw a few games where they scored every single drive. So his vision has definitely come true.
Amari, you're 10. A lot of guys don't make it even close to that. Is that something you consider a milestone?
Yeah, of course. I'm in a very good position. I've been very blessed. Just to be able to be out here on the field, just to be able to be available. There's been many guys who've been, extremely talented, but they couldn't stay healthy. So I don't take it for granted at all. I understand the blessing in that. And so, yeah, I could definitely consider it a milestone, for sure.
Given what you said about the guaranteed money was your number one objective for this year, did you
still want, like, were you open or hoping for adding a couple of years on the contract?
Yeah, of course. Like I said before, I definitely want to be here. Um, it's been great here so far. Um, and like I said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like the guys. I like the camaraderie of the team. I like Deshaun. I like Kevin. He likes to get me the ball, so I'm fine with that. So, yeah, I definitely want to be here. Yeah.
So is the dialogue continuing then with your agent, the Browns, or is that to be determined at a later date?
I mean, well, I don't know. I don't really, honestly, I don't really talk to my agent about the contract. Like, I think they really have a kind of a misconception about what's really going on. I don't hit him up every day like asking. I don't really do that. Now we're getting closer to the first game. I'm willing and I'm ready to go out there and just play great football. And just be undeniable out there.
So it seems like you've kind of found a home here in a way, as you've been describing a little bit. You look and seem very happy here. Ideally, in a perfect world, if all things could work out, would you like to finish your career here?
Yeah, I would. I'm really the type of guy like I don't really like change. I mean, if change happens, which a lot of times it inevitably does, you have to be able to adjust and adapt to any situation. So I'm very adaptable, but at the same time, I don't necessarily like the change. So yeah, I want to be here.
Amari, contract situations can sometimes get contentious in a very public way. How appreciative were you that this particular situation, that didn't happen, whereas down in Dallas that seems to be a regular thing?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just the nature of the business, the nature of the beast. I mean, if that was to happen, one of the things that AB was telling me and telling my agent, he was just saying, like, not to take it personal. And I wasn't taking it personal because I understand that it's business at the end of the day. So I would have to attribute it to that. If things got contentious in that way, I would hope that the organization didn't take it personal because it's never personal.
So this was
when you first came here, I guess talking about that, love changed that much. How did you adjust when you first came to Cleveland and found that comfortability?
Yeah, I mean, when you're forced into a corner, I mean, you really have no choice. So it was quite easy because it was forced. So I wouldn't say it was very hard. But yeah, I was able to. The thing about me, I'm very confident in my skill set. I have faith in the abilities that God has given me. So I know, like, in any situation, whether it's a new or old situation, I'm gonna come out on top. I just believe that.
today is the first time in a team setting since Watson's surgery that you took passes from him.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I mean, they weren't live reps. I mean, they were, some routes on the air and some walkthrough reps. I mean, everybody looks good with nobody. I'm just speaking to me. Everybody looks good with nobody in front of them. So, I mean, gotta wait till somebody's in front of me.
Ball velocity, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Everything seemed like when I first caught passes from him. Yeah.
Marty, to go back to the future, I know some guys with contract stuff or extensions talk about compartmentalizing. Like, is that what you do basically? Like, you're not worried about what you can't control, or how much are you like thinking about that at this stage?
At this stage?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not thinking about it at all. I mean, we had some sort of resolve with it, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm very appreciative. Like I said before, I understand the position that I'm in is a very blessed one, and just moving forward, I'm very optimistic in what I'll be able to do on the field. So, at the end of the day, like, it all comes down to how you play. I mean, we know that, right? So, just got to go out there and do my thing.
Amari, the
How do
first
you
two
feel
years.
how do you feel about the acquisition of Jerry Judy? I know you guys have known each other from way back.
Yeah.
What do you think he brings, and what about you guys together?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a phenomenal thing that we have all Florida receivers out there. And we all kind of have, we're all kind of cut from the same cloth, I would say. We're all South Florida guys. We're all really good route runners. We all have been playing football since a very young age. I've been running routes from a very young age, so we kind of have a natural feel for the position. And I think we'll definitely feed off of each other in a good way. And, it could definitely be some fireworks out there this year.
One of
Is that
the
guardian
changes.
cap to get used to, or what you feel?
It is kind of weird to, wear the Guardian cap. Like I like to unbuckle my chin strap after like every play and stuff like that. Not in the games, but like in practice and stuff like that, and put it back on. It's kind of been hard to do a little bit. So that's one of those things I was, alluding to earlier about just adapting to a situation and just have to adapt to it.
One of the changes in this offense, fewer timing routes. You guys get the choice routes incorporated in there. What type of an adjustment is that for you, and how much do you like that tweak to the offense, having the choice routes in there?
Yeah, I really don't want to give away a lot of stuff that we're changing on offense, but I will say some of the changes that have been changed over the course from last year to this year, I like them. I definitely like them a lot. It's some of the stuff that I did in college that I like without getting into too much information, but I think it'll be very beneficial for the receiver group. Some of the changes for sure.
Were you able to get together with Deshaun at all over the last month before training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I always keep in contact with all my quarterbacks. I just, make sure I stay in touch with him, talk to him, ask him how he's doing and stuff like that. Was on him about the injuries a little bit, kind of, asking him how things were going along and stuff like that. So definitely, yeah.
And Coop, to a man, you guys raved last year about what this experience was like for you guys. What are you hoping to get out of it this year?
From being here at the Greenbrier? Yeah, I mean, usually when teams want to go away for camp, they try to build the camaraderie of the team, try to just get away from the ordinary, from the, I guess you would say, the monotonous everyday practice schedule and environment that we would have when we're in Cleveland. So I do think it's a good thing.
Amari, Mary Kay referenced the skyrocketing receiver market. But just what's gone through your mind since you signed the deal 5 years ago?
Yeah.
So many guys decided so much big money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't be pocket watching, so definitely understand the landscape. I mean, it was the same thing when I signed my deal. I became one of the top 2 or 3 highest paid receivers. It's more so what the market deems fit for the guy at that position at the time. Obviously, it's going to always go up, so you can't get your deal and it's the highest and then look into the future and say, nah, I want that too. I mean, if you've earned it, of course, but I don't look at it like, oh man, like he got this much more than me and stuff like that. Nah, like I said before, I was very much under the impression that I would be extended. So that was one of the reasons I actually pushed so hard for it. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And like I said before, I'm willing to go out there and work and do my thing to go out there and get what I want.
So what do you think in start year 2 at the Greenbrier?
I like it. I'm glad we came back here. Definitely want to come back here. I feel we really set the foundation with the team last year here. And I think it just brings us together. And it's just a great opportunity to play football, get away from everybody, and just focus on just ball and each other.
How did you like wearing the Guardian cap for the first time?
I didn't like it, honestly. I don't like wearing it. But, yeah, unless you change it like the top helmet, like 3 helmets or something like that, then you could get out of it. But, I mean, it's just something getting used to. It's just something new. So, but personally, huh? Yeah. I like to be as light as possible out there. So.
Denzel, how disappointed were you to discover that Greg wasn't going to be able to start camp with you guys,
Yeah.
and just kind of what's the feeling on that?
Yeah, man, and it hurt. Greg's a big energy guy for the team, leader for this team, and a great player out there on the field. So we're just looking forward to getting him back as soon as possible, but just wishing him the best. And but yeah, it definitely hurt though, him being out.
I know you talked in minicamp OTAs about Martin coming down to Florida and spending some time with you. When you think back to that time, like what really impressed you about his work down there, and then you guys just getting to spend more time together?
Yeah, really just him just wanting to learn and come up underneath me and just see everything I do. So I definitely appreciate him for that and trusting me and helping him train and work out during the off season. I told all the guys that could come work out with me or stay with me, and he actually took that upon himself to come and do that. So just shout out to him. He's been working hard, and looking forward to seeing him this year.
How much, kind of off of that, Martin seems to this offseason, there's been a lot more talk about him, nationally among national football guys. How good are you, how happy are you for him, because you've seen him from come into the ground level up, that he's starting to get, kind of come into his own nationally?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he deserves it. He deserves all the hype and everything that he's getting nationally. He's a great player, and I mean, he works hard though. So it's not like he just goes out there and it just happens. So he works hard off the field, and I think he's gonna have a great year this year as well.
Given your history with concussions, would you
Say it again.
Given your history with concussions, would you consider wearing the Guardian cap in games?
As of right now, no. And I know I got a few concussions, but I don't go out there thinking about the concussions. Like I did a lot of research over the season and the off season on concussions and just how to treat them and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about it going out there. I go out there, play fast, play hard, and try to win games. That's not my focus on whether I may not get a concussion. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen out there. The game happens so fast, but yeah, I'm not real worried about it.
They come out with a variety of helmets now that you can choose from. Have you looked into that and just, what are your thoughts on the flexibility the league is giving players to choose their own protective headgear?
Yeah, definitely appreciate the flexibility. I have looked into the few helmets. I'm gonna look into it more. I've been talking to the equipment staff in there just to see the different helmets and fitting and everything. So definitely got to see about getting size for one and see if I like it, how I feel out there on the field. But I definitely looked into it though.
You finished second in the ESPN poll on cornerbacks. How'd you feel about that?
That's a good question. I feel that I'm a number one corner. Like going out there on the field, that's what I try to be. I try to be the number one corner for this team, and I feel I'm the number one corner in the NFL. But I just got to go out there and continue to show that. Much credit to everybody that was on that list. I mean, it's still even guys that are left off the list are great corners in this league. I mean, it's really a lot of people's opinions whether you think you like this type of corner or this type of corner. So I mean, it's a lot of number one corners out there, but I definitely consider myself one of those.
With you, Greg, and MJ coming back, I think this is the third or fourth year you three have been together. What leap can you guys make this year, especially the second year of this defense?
Yeah, I think we could make a huge leap. Just being comfortable with one another. I mean, we want to be great. I mean, there's always room for improvement. We're good last year, but we could still be better. Still things that we got to work on, technique-wise, coverage-wise. I'm glad we're in the same system, so we're more comfortable in the system. So I think we can still improve off of last year and things that we've done so far. But I mean, it starts here, just putting in that work and going out there and doing that.
Hey, Denzel, Amari got his contract situation straightened out. Aside from what he does on the field, what does he mean to this team?
Yeah, Amari means a lot to this team. I mean, you guys obviously see what he does out there on the field, but just a guy in the locker room just to talk to and just out there on the field and walking around, like he's just someone you want to be around. And like I said, obviously game day, you want a guy like Amari Cooper to line up on the outside, and you know what he brings to the game. So he's great for this team. I'm glad, like if you said, they got the contract and everything situated, but he's someone that we definitely want on this team for a long time.
Without Greg, it probably means more time for Cam Mitchell. Nickel. What did you see out of him
As a rookie? Good. He stepped up. I mean, he didn't play as a rookie. I think this is a great opportunity for him to step up with Greg being out and getting more reps. But he got playing time last year. Him and Greg rotated, and he showed up. So I think he's going to do well for us. So I'm real confident in putting him in there at the nickel spot or the corner spot and not losing a step with Greg being out.
Denzel, Kevin talks a lot about just like making sure the messaging isn't stale year to year.
Say it again. Sorry.
Kevin just talks a lot about how the messaging to the team isn't like stale every year and changing things up. I'm curious, just like what's Jim's perspective on that from the defensive side, where it's like you guys are so good last year, but making sure you don't just rest on your laurels and just assume everything's going to be good. How's he kind of keeping things fresh in year two?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's just pretty much saying that last year was last year and this year is this year. So pretty much meaning that we're good last year, but we can't just bank that what we did last year is just going to translate over to this year because this is a new team. We got new players, new coaches and everything. So we still got to go out here and find our identity and put it out there on tape and still go hard and have a great year.
Denzel, I know this House Bill 47 passed. I know you and your mom went down to the state capitol, right, to kind of offer your support for it. So what does that mean to you to be involved in that and knowing all the work your foundation does with AEDs and awareness?
Yeah, it means a lot. The bill is putting CPR and AED kits in the schools and recreation places, and but not only that, but teaching people, the people that's in the building, how to use them. Because sadly, my dad had passed away, and there was an AED kit where he had passed away at, where he had fell out, but no one had the confidence to use the AED. So I mean, my family and I, we got a foundation. We just been trying to spread the awareness and get the bill passed to teach people and give them the confidence in using CPR and AED kits. And so we're definitely proud and appreciative that the bill was passed over and to put those into communities and to teach people to help save life.